Hey, how's it going, guys? Chocolate Nero here with you today for our very first video in what is the very first series we have for the continuous series we're going to get going here. So we're going to be playing Civilization 6, and basically we're going to be doing what is often known as the A to Z challenge, which means that we'll be going through every one of these leaders, some of them duplicates, but that's fine. Basically from Alexander here all the way down to Wilhelmina, just going through, testing out each civ, seeing, feeling out how that they play, and just, yeah, getting our Hall of Fame completely. So that does mean we're going to start with Alexander here, and Alexander is, in my opinion, one of the better, if not the best, domination civ in the game, and this is just in my opinion due to the fact that his entire economy is catapulted by his domination game through abilities such as Hellenistic Fusion and the Basilicoid Pidus. So he's just able to advance his civ through going to war, and I personally find that it is a very heavy encouragement for a domination game, which is kind of what you want. So granted, while he may be only geared towards going domination, if you're as good at it as you can be, then why not just focus that one playstyle? So you're very limited with what you can do, but I feel like that limitation isn't that bad considering how strong it is. So we will be going, as we go through the series, we will be doing plenty of different challenges and different game modes. So for example, we have the 3 game modes unlocked at the moment. This is happening during the release of the Frontier Pass, so more leaders are on the way. So should we perhaps end up, I don't know, let's say we're on Jadwiga, and then we find out when the leaders released is back here, we'll simply just go back, play it around. Other than that, we are going to just continue down in order, and I figured, you know, first game, might as well take it a bit easy, so we're going to stick to a basic Pangaea map on standard size. I tend to like playing on standard size just because I feel like 8 players is a pretty good amount. It gives you not too many where you can't do anything, but not too little where you feel that the game ends too fast. I'm going to keep all the wonders on, everything standard. I'll drop the game seed down in the description below if you want to perhaps try it out yourself. Obviously, depending on how good the map actually says, it's going to stay too. The one thing I am changing is that I'm going to put the difficulty on Emperor. If you are a common Civ watcher, you watch a lot of Civ YouTubers or a lot of Civ streamers, you know that they put it on DD difficulty. However, I'm going to stick to playing all these Civs on Emperor, just because I feel that you're very limited with what you can do on DD. There's a lot of early wonders you will not have any chance of getting, which at some point too we'll want to try out, so I just feel that Emperor will perhaps give us more of a chance to get those. And also the fact that, like, let's say you're going for religious victory, you're just not going to be able to do anything early in the game other than get a religion, so I feel like Emperor is just going to give us a bit more open space for stuff we want to try out or do. We're going to pick up the dark blue color here, the Grand Colombia colors, the dark blue and the yellow. I really like that, especially considering I find the gray a bit boring, but yeah. So we have Alexander going here, all random leaders, everything standard, and we're good to go. So while this loads, I do think I will talk about this for a second here. So I'm gonna try and avoid re-rolling. Unless the start is really bad, then we'll go for it. But we're gonna try and just work with what we have. Now, in terms of the way I want to play this, so because Alexander's so built around going for domination, I feel like we can skip out on something like an early campus. That need is just not there, especially with the Basilicoid Pidus. We can just put down the encampment, build our unique building, and then just generate units because of and we'll check it out actually when we load the game because the description's not here, but basically we earn science from producing units, so that eliminates the need for an early campus perhaps, and allows us to generate units to go to war while not falling behind in science. He's got two unique units here that we'll also look at. I think they're both relatively strong. I do prefer the head Roy, but his kit is very much built around building these anyway, and not suffering for it. Yeah, so while I do think Alexander is one of the strongest in the game, I'm gonna be kind of honest, he isn't among my favorite, simply due to the fact that, as I said earlier, you're very limited with your options. You're going a domination route, and that is basically it. So before we settle, let's take a look over here. So we have, first of all, we have our leader ability, which is To World's End, which is cities do not incur war weariness, which means that we have no incentive to get off of a war. This is a very strong ability that isn't something you really pay attention to, unless you're actively noticing, oh crap, I'm losing amenities. So war weariness does reduce our city's happiness. Because we don't incur that, we won't be limited by amenities, so probably not as much of a need to build entertainment complexes later in the game to keep our cities happy, although we probably will have to, because as your empire gets bigger, amenities just become a struggle anyway. We also get all military units heal completely when this player captures a city with a World Wonder. So what this will encourage us to do is actually not build any World Wonders, and I'm definitely heading into this game not planning on doing so. So there's no need to build any wonder, except there is going to be one wonder I'm going to be looking to build, and that is the Terracotta Army, which we will go over in a second. Yeah, so this ability also just lets you like continue your war without having to take that break to maybe heal all your units, get everything arranged. So once you, and it also allows you actually to play a bit more ballsy, in the sense that you maybe bring your low health army into a city with wonders, capture it, and then there you go, your entire military is healed, as opposed to if you're playing someone else, you might not be as incentivized to let your units drop down to as low of a health, but because of this ability, you're able to do that. This is the ability that I enjoy playing with the most. It's just basically a way for Alexander to not lose, not fall behind on science or culture. So you receive a boost upon city conquest, and it will be a Eureka for every encampment or campus in the city, and an inspiration for every holy site or theater square. So what this means is that with these two abilities together, you kind of want to conquer the large cities. Large cities will tend to have wonders, so you can capture that to heal your army, and they should have more districts for you to give yourself Eurekas and inspirations. And this is not a one-time thing, so it's not if they have a campus and encampment you only get one. You get 2 Eurekas if the city has an encampment and a campus, and the same thing for inspiration with holy sites and theater squares. So I think these are very two strong abilities, and they just encourage you to go the domination route, and like not really bother going anything else, because like as you go for domination, you're just getting boosted along both the civic and the tech tree for going that way. Now looking at the units in the buildings, we have 2 unique units for him. He has the head Roy, and this is the stronger of the two in my opinion. So it is a heavy. So this is an interesting note here. It is a heavy cavalry unit, but it replaces the horseman, which is a light cavalry unit. So what this does mean is that your army is going to be very heavy on the heavy cavalry units, as opposed to light cavalry units, which is fine. I do find heavy cavalry units tend to be the better option often. And this unit does get additional 5 combat strength when adjacent to a great general, and that's just great with our kit because we do want to build encampments and earn great generals early. So we're going to get that strong combat strength early on. It also starts with a free promotion, which is really, really good to build up strong heavy cavalry units later in the game, if you can keep them alive, that is. And then we have the Hypatiist, which is, I think I'm saying that right, Hypatiist? Yeah, I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. It is a Macedonian unique melee unit, replaces the swordsman, and it gets +5 combat strength when besieging districts. It also gets 50% additional support bonus. The support bonus being like if you're next to your unit, you get this extra damage from having that support. And then the +5 combat strength, I believe I've actually never really paid attention to when this applies. I believe it is when you are attacking a city. So pretty good for taking down cities early on, very strong kit. And then we have the Basilicoid Pietas, which is a way for you to not have to build a campus early in the game. So it is it replaces the barracks, And of course, if you built this stable, then you can't build it in the encampment. But there's absolutely no reason for you to build the stables, especially early in the game, because this actually, along with giving you the plus 25% combat experience for your melee units, it also gives, and range units, my apologies, it also gives the same bonus to your heteroids trained in the city, which is your cavalry unit. So the need to build a stable is just gone, especially early, and that's when I think you want to be building up your army as Alexander. So you build it early, you get your units out, and you also gain science equal 25% of the unit's cost. So what this means is, and we'll check the production cost of these units later, but 25% of that cost you gain as immediate science, so that can rush you through syntax early on, which basically just removes the incentive to build a campus, as I've mentioned several times. So a very strong kit for going for that early war, like the classical era war, and then from there you kind of just turtle. So it is an interesting playstyle, but because of the fact that he's so one-dimensional in his domination playstyle, he tends to be on the lower end of enjoyability for me. But if you're into, steamrolling your opponents, then definitely a good set for you. Let's look at our start. It's actually not that good. Oh, my bad. Yeah, so usually when you're looking at a start, you want high yield tiles. So 2 yield tiles tend to just not do anything for you, especially early on. This is good for district placement later, but like right now we're just gonna have a lot of trouble growing. So I'm definitely gonna need to move. I'm not gonna settle here, and the reason being is that we have no food tiles. So when you're growing your city, you want you need 2 food for growth of to provide for a citizen. So when we'll settle, we'll get a 2 food 1 production city, and then we'll be working a 1 food tile, which means that we will still grow because our capital is generating the 2 food enough to grow. So we'll have 1 citizen and we'll have 3 food, considering that 2 food in our city, and then let's say we work this tile, 1 food from that. So we'll have 3 food, our city will need 2 food to be maintained, so we will grow, but then following growth to 2 population, we're not going to be able to grow our city anymore. And you don't necessarily need to have growth as Alexander because you're building wide as opposed to tall, but early on it is important to have some source of food. So what I am thinking of doing is moving down and settling here. This will give us a 2-1 tile, which is still not good, but it is better than having no food at all. So yeah, as far as starts go, this is not strong. We're going to move on here. Mountain Cradle, but like this tile is so valuable, I don't think I'll be getting rid of it. I think we will come down here and settle. While it won't give us a great early city, we can rush a builder perhaps, and maybe improve these 2 wheat tiles to earn, to maybe speed up our growth a little bit more. So I am going to move down here. Not the greatest city, but we'll work with what we have. Let's also check our lens here. So we are in a double continent situation. The reason I noticed that is because if we look at our era score here, it says we're the first from major civilization to set foot on Asia. This usually gets triggered when you're on 2 continents. And so if we look here, Asia's here to the north, it's the purple continent, and we are on Pangaea Ultima. So usually you'll get that if you are the first to discover a second continent, and usually that comes to anyone who just spawns with the second continent nearby. So that might be a redeeming factor for us, especially because we are looking to steal wonders, and that will be great for the, just looking over here, the Casa de Contratación. Although I guess that's a wonder that gets taken down because you can only have 1 government plaza. So, I do kind of have a strategy I'm looking to go for with this game, and that is to prioritize 3 districts and also to get out 2 cities here. So I want to have 3 cities early on in the game, and then we're going to look for to go to war. So what I want to do is, let's look at the texture here, because this is where the majority of our game plan will look at. So I want to absolutely rush bronze working, get that encampment down, get the Basilicoi Pietas down, and just start producing units. We need horseback riding for our heroes, and we need iron working for our Hypatius. So we're gonna mostly stick to this area of our tech tree. And what that means is we are gonna start mining, because I do want to get to bronze working as soon as possible. And then once we have that encampment down, while we're building it up, we're gonna make our way to our heroi, as well as our Hypatius. We are very strongly hoping we have iron, and revealing it early might help us decide where to settle to get it. But very heavy dependency on both horses and iron here early on. So hopefully that goes well for us. If it does, we are going to be looking very well at getting these two techs and just producing these units out as fast as possible. We're going to go through writing, but we're not going to build a campus early on here. Our encampment is going to be the first district we get here. And just because growth might be a little rough here in our capital, all the more reason to think twice about the type of districts you want to get down. The second district I'm going to be looking to build in my capital is going to be between two things. It is either going to be the government plaza or the commercial hub, and I'm leaning more towards the commercial hub because I think we'll get the government plaza perhaps in our second city. So I want to have 3 cities, and each city I'm basically going to have focus on a certain district. So our first city is going to be our camping city. Once we get our second city, that'll probably be the government plaza city. I do want to get the warlord's throne out here. And if we take a look at that, actually, I need to open the encyclopedia here. Warlord's throne. We get plus 20% production in all cities for 5 turns once we've captured an enemy city, which just snowballs out of control later in the game when we just continuously capture cities. So a lot of production, especially in this city. This might be a Road Valley city, interestingly enough, if I want to have insane production. I'll look into that. I'll plan this out in just a sec. I also need to look for where to place my encampment. We are going to start... I thought about, usually I would say start with the scout, really good for looking things out and meeting things, but I'm not necessarily looking to earn yields from city-states, and the hope is that we have someone close enough for us anyway that we don't need a scout to go find them. So while it is unconventional, not something I would normally do, I am going to start with the Slayer here. We're also working the 1-2 tile. I'm going to switch to the 2-1 tile just because I want some growth here early. What this allows us to do actually is that our slinger will be finished relatively immediately following our growth to 2 population, and then we can get our first settler out as soon as possible. So we're going to click next turn here. Yeah, along turn 1, but I'm actually going to head up here, see what's on the other continent. And then I'll send the slinger down south. Oh, so we're actually in the north part of the map, so I'm gonna head back. This will probably result in barbarians, but that's okay. So in terms of what I'm looking for in district, just because we're able to see this part now, I think the encampment might go here. I'll actually wait till I see what's down here. Oh, this is a good campus spot, but I'm not going to build a campus anytime soon. I think I'll actually go for the industrial zone and commercial hub before the campus. We do definitely want to get one down a little later though, just because we don't want to fall too behind in science. While it is able to, while the Basilicoi does allow you to get units out and get some science, you can't fully rely on it, of course. I'm actually going to go up here. Okay, so there is a barb camp, so I think if we left that unattended, that might have become a bit of an issue, so I'm going to go try and deal with that. Verge up on the hills. There's a tribal village there. We're going to want to pick that up. I could wait for a Code of Laws to lock in Discipline, which will give us plus 5 common strength against barbarians. We're going to just wait a sec here. Actually, let's hit it. Take a hit and then maybe heal up. We're gonna get our slinger in 2 turns and then get working on our settler. Now I'll heal. Oh, so we got a 1-2-1 tile, which I'm gonna work. Oh, now actually, perfect. So this allows us to actually gain faith towards our pantheon, which might mean I don't plug in God King when we get Code of Laws, and do urban planning instead. Get our production rolling here early. So I do think I'll place my encampment down in the south here. I would either, oh actually, because we want to do Terracotta Army, I think I'm going to lean towards here, and then get the Terracotta Army here. This is the only wonder I'm looking to build in the game. Everything else I'm not bothering, and that's the only thing you want to do is Alexander. The reason being that, give me 1 second here. The reason being that the Terracotta Army, if we look over here, we're kind of ignoring everything up until the point, or no. So we're only reading the first line here. All current units gain a promotion level. So if we have a really high military count at the point where we get the Terracotta Army, that could be a really, really crucial upgrade for my entire army. And it does build well into the fact that we want an army that builds up from early and just stays alive, turtling its way into the late game. Or snowballing its way into the late game. I'm using terms wrong here now. The other part of this isn't really important. An archaeologist from the owner may enter foreign lands. That's not important to us at all. We just want the promotion aspect of this. So probably what I'm looking at here. If I want a Ruhr Valley in this city, I don't think I do. I will build a dam though here. And then an industrial zone here. And then I can get kind of a triangle. Or maybe I build a dam here. So I think what I'll do is dam here. No. I'll look into that, but dam, commercial hub, and campus are things we also want in the city. So let's get working on our settler immediately. I can't afford switching off this tile because our city will not grow anymore, and while I don't necessarily want growth, I do need some level of growth. Alright, so there's mining, and now we can immediately head for bronze work, and we want this as soon as possible. There is Babylon, and we're not the first to meet, which is good, for two reasons. Number one, I'm probably looking to kill Babylon. Their suzerain bonus has no appeal to me. I'm not going to get any artifacts, relics, or great works. I mean, I might from like stealing them from other civs when I beat them, but so yeah, I am looking to kill them, and this does mean that there is a civ down in the south, which is great information for us because we do want to head to war. So I do think I killed Babylon here early. Our second city is probably going to go here. I don't really care for the coast as Macedon, but this does give us a good position around the mountains to go here. I might check out what's over in this direction. Alright, our warriors here, we're going to hit again. 5 more experience. Oh, it's a bay here, okay. Waiting for our settler. We have a flood, which is actually really good. It gives us another food tile here. It doesn't prove anything else though, so it's actually not that good. But yeah, actually pretty harmless. Just improved one tile. Improved this one too, but not looking to do anything with that necessarily. And we have a promotion, so we can promote and then take out the camp next turn, or the turn after rather. Let's go ahead and do that. Ooh, So if I settle around here, this does take out my canal city, which I really would like to do. I'll have to look around. Oh my lord. He spawned a warrior just as we cleared out. Thankfully it's not that big of a problem. So I think I'm gonna go for craftsmanship, even though I do have the foreign trade inspiration, because I do want to get to a government plaza. So we are gonna go for craftsmanship. We also kind of want Pangaea here to produce units faster, but I don't know if we needed that early. So we're earning faith. There's no need for God King. So I'll just plug in discipline and urban planning. I'll just let this guy kill himself on me. They'll do that especially if their camp is taken out. And warriors in general tend to just go as aggressive as they can. I'll kill you now. Perfect. A lot of land here. I'm wondering where the civ that met Babylon is. That could be annoying. Yeah, so this barbarian scout has spotted our city. He's gonna go back and report to his barbarians, and then they'll send a bunch of units our way. So I'm thinking maybe I bring my slinger back, even though I do want to take a look at what Babylon has around them. And we have met Rome, and he is, that's his second city. So he seems to be down here. Definitely want to take out Babylon then. It's in pretty good range to him. As for my other cities though, I think I'm gonna settle on this marsh here. Reason being off, we can build our canal city here. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Which is something I want to do. Provides an easy flow for our naval units. Which I don't know how many of which will actually do. You know what? Because we're not actually going to do a lot of naval units, I might just move down and ignore the canal. Because these are all hills, so we can't actually build a canal through here. That's why I'm concerned about getting a city down there to do that. I'll stick with it. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think this will be a government plaza city, and I think we'll build our government plaza right there. Put a campus here. Put a industrial. We do have a terracotta army right here, but Can you get a harbor here so we don't necessarily need a commercial hub in the city? I think industrial zone. We'll see. Not much point planning that right now. I don't know when I'm gonna get there. Oh, okay. There is a gold city-state over here. Hopefully that takes care of that. We're gonna go get this. Losing my brain here. Come on, tribal village. There it is. Alright, a lot of good land down here. I didn't send a delegation to Rome, not the biggest deal because we are going to go to war. There's the tribal village, and it gives us a relic. Interesting. So that's going to be a lot of faith over the duration of the game, which is actually good. Because what I'm going to look to do is take, for the government plaza, the second tier building that allows you to purchase units with faith. So I could head down here to settle. I think I will. I want to establish my government plaza city. But I'm looking to get my second city in this direction. What is continents looking like? Okay, so it kind of just goes around here. We're not going to settle the tundra anytime soon. So no second continent at the moment. Normally I would say warrior, just to get another unit out, but I'm very incentivized to build a builder here. Actually, I'm gonna do warrior. So no, actually it doesn't really matter. We're gonna grow next turn anyway. The reason I want to do builders to improve these two tiles for more food, although we have a volcano here, it's gonna get rid of the wheat. Generally, like, the city's just lacking a lot of growth, so building might be a good idea. But because A, I want to get another settler out immediately after this warrior, and B, or maybe not B, but like helping out with that is like a warrior gets done faster than a builder, and the settler is a bigger priority than getting the city to grow. Because all we really want from the city early on here is an encampment, so we can worry about the growth later. go ahead and heal. Slinger goes around, looking to potentially settle along here. Probably a good idea. This will be like a commercial hub and encampment city. Looking very good on production. Oh crap. We're on first meet on Muscat, interestingly, so there's nothing in this direction. At least in the close proximity, there probably will be something. It is Pangaea. Our city's gonna get delayed because we have a scout here. I am gonna move back. He can take it. I don't think he will. That's not how they tend to operate. Yeah, he didn't. Oh, perfect. So that scout killing himself gave us the boost for bronze working. So we're gonna be able to build our encampment real soon here. I am gonna hold off on doing it after the warrior, even though I can, because I want to get that second settler out. Kind of risky if I go down. Oh, he's over here. We'll see how it goes. Oh, there's the encampment. Perfect. So I am gonna settle somewhere here. Potentially actually where this camp is. I want to see what else is here. So we are getting our Pantheon really early here. And the reason for that is because of our relic. So we're getting +5 faith a turn. I think we're actually the first Pantheon. So a lot of flexibility with what we want to do here. And there's a few good options. The easy one is religious settlements. In terms of build order, that helps me a lot actually too, because we can get our encampment out even earlier. But I'm very inclined to, just because this is this is not one of my favorite pantheons. Like, it less so affects the way you play the game, and more so just helps you catch up to AI that's ahead of you, to get like a free city, or maybe just get ahead. But I'm looking at either God of Craftsmen, just because we are looking to have a lot of strategic resources, or God of the Forge. I tend to not be able to get God of the Forge, so I'm inclined to get this one. It'll help us generate like a lot of immediate science and just get our army growing. So I am going to do that actually. I'll go God of the Forge. I'm gonna see if we can get a slinger kill here. Perfect, so we're gonna be able to get the city down now. I don't know, do I sell? Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna switch this to a commercial hub. And then the campus is gonna go here. Here and here. So the city's gonna build it. No, the city can build a campus here, actually. Because of that, actually, I'm gonna put that gets rid of the. That's fine. I don't necessarily care for getting an AV this game. That's why I put Pangaea. So we can also just like settle on the sheep and build a canal here. That'll get us through. We'll see. There's definitely some solutions, but this is a higher priority for me. Plus, generating that extra science is a good idea. Okay, so we can clear. Nobody else can clear that camp though, and I can get a slinger kill. I want that. So let's get our second city here, Chalkidiki. Hopefully, I said that right. Perfect. So we want to get this government plaza online. I'm gonna go for a builder here so we can chop the forest. We do have time before we can actually build that government plaza. We revealed iron. We don't have iron. That might suck. I'm gonna clear the camp. I'm gonna go here because I really want to see if there's any iron here. We need iron. This Babylon, no, Babylon doesn't have iron either. Yeah. The struggle. Oh, okay. There's iron here. Interesting. So the problem here is that buying this tile from Chalkidiki might be really hard to do. We might have to absolutely rush taking down Babylon. So we have bronze working. We're gonna get working on that encampment. Let's go animal husbandry. Although I do want to get to the commercial hub, but we need horses as well. As important as iron is, honestly. Let's get our second settler. Working the 2-1. That's fine. What are we working here? We're working the 1-2. No, I'm gonna need to lock in the 3. We're not in a rush to get this builder out just because we're not in a rush to build anything in the city other than the government plaza, and we can't do that yet. Alright, our slinger might be in trouble. Let's move across the hill. He shouldn't be able to kill me. Let's move here. Promotion available. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think they'll kill me. There is iron here. Perfect. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So I think I'm gonna settle on this hill. Let me just check here. Yeah, so it also allows us to build another city later here, which I think I might want to do. And then we can do encampment, we can do commercial hub, and we can do industrial zone. And this will be a really productive city, actually. If this is a river, I might actually go for a river valley here, because mine, quarry, quarry, mine, although this quarry's not gonna last. Mine's here, mine over here. We reached this quarry too, but I doubt Muscat's not gonna grab that. More mines here, so this could be a very, very good productive city. Let's go down here. Okay, that's where the scout went. I didn't pay attention to where the scout went. I was more so doing it just to get around Babylon. I think we should be fine. I don't think they can kill us. We're with the promotion. We've met the Inca. Okay, interesting. I think we go for the Inca first then, because we're gonna kind of forward settle them here. Let's, oh, he's a big army. Alright. Very interesting, actually. I should have paid attention. The Atacama Desert would have been Mapuche or them. I don't like this. Horses. Do we have horses where we wanted to place the campus? We do. I'd like to improve that, but that's really far away. Like, I'd have to go all the way around. I feel like I have to, though. The horses are very, very important for us. Let's go towards archery, so we can get to horseback riding very soon. I'm actually gonna switch. That chops off one turn, but like, I think getting the settler out as soon as possible is important. We're not gonna grow. We're gonna be stuck on 2 population. But actually, yeah, no, the settler will be out anyway. So because I want to get that encampment out, I think that's important. Hopefully this man doesn't declare war on us. That would be a problem. The continent. Interesting. We have a tri-continent point here. We're gonna end this episode soon. I don't want to go too long. Probably gonna call it once I settle my 3rd city. Let's do just running away. We've met our Ma, not first meet. That's fine. That's not important to me in the slightest. Although faith for later spending might be decent. But let's kill this guy. Explore some of this. Is that a city? No. Okay. Thought that was a city state over there. 5 turns on our settler. I'm actually gonna bring this warrior back, so our settler doesn't have issues. I'm really worried the Inca's gonna declare war here, which might delay our plans. There's craftsmanship. I didn't switch off. That's not a big deal. I do need a Gauge here, and I'll keep urban planning in. Let's... I think I go hard on state workforce. We're gonna get an encampment, so this should be boosted. I'll have to keep an eye out on that, though. Oh, there's a war. He declared on Babylon. I'm gonna need to keep an eye on that, because obviously I want this. And then Trajan built the Great Bath. Thank you very much, actually. Perfect. So capturing the city, when we do, will result in our entire army healing because of that wonder. Perfect, perfect. I can't boost this yet, although 3 turns, and I can just go around. I need the encampment though. I'm actually gonna go for pottery here. Take advantage of the cheaper techs right now. 2 more turns on our settler. We are now on 2 population here. Looking good, looking good. Oh, he's doing it fast. Crap. I need to bring the warrior in. Potentially snipe the city. Okay, Babylon's actually able to defend themselves here, and I'm blocking off this warrior from being able to enter. Or maybe it's not a bad idea to let them do all the heavy lifting. I still wanna make sure that they don't get it. This says this is faster, but I think I'd rather go down this way. You know what, screw it. I really would be sad if this volcano erupted right now. Oh my. So I can either put the warrior in here to avoid Inca taking it, especially for the snipe. But I really need the horses online. So I think I need to bring the warrior here to take care of that. Jesus, this army. So we can build an encampment now, and I am going to do just that. Turn 42. Alright, builder's done. I could get another archer out just because I'm not planning on building archers in my encampment city. Or a monument to increase our culture, but that's not the most important thing in the world. Let's do an archer. Please head into perfect. Just gonna take it slow here. I'm gonna keep him here because I do want to see what happens with Babylon. They look to be fine though. He has slingers and Babylon has archers. And then once I settle the city down, we're gonna call it an episode. Ah, he's back. He can't get me this turn, but if he moves up here. Or Mom Babylon, so he's using her. Oh, interesting. Trajan just Levite Babylon's army. I think that was a horrible mistake. Because Babylon can't defend themselves now. Oh my god, why would you do that? Are you at war? No. That's funny. Wow. I'm bringing this warrior in now because he looks like he shouldn't have any difficulty taking this now. Oh, the AI sometimes, I swear. Alright, we're gonna go horseback ready now. Our great general points being generated, not yet. Perfect. Actually, not great scientist points either yet. Alright, so there is our 3rd city, Dion. city's actually looking great potential. I'll work the 2-1. We want growth early here. And so I did say I wanted this to be a commercial hub city, but getting a second encampment is a really good idea. I'll need to look into putting a builder here though. There's a lot of provable sources here. Yeah, so we're gonna call it an episode here. I'm just gonna move the builder on there right now. He can't take me now. Alright, I'll think about what to do with this builder after. I'll think about what to do here. So yeah, we're gonna call it an episode. We do have the 3 core cities we wanted to get out, so we're gonna look into building up our army next episode, taking out Babylon if hopefully the Inca doesn't do it first. And then we have a decision to make in terms of who we want to go to war with first. There's either Rome down here or the Inca over to the west. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later.